had a half of a Bitcoin back in like 17 when it hit 20 racks. I pulled it out the month before. I'm like, you know what? This is kind of shaky. You know, lessons learned.
All right. We back. Another episode. Chess moves, man. Let's do this. It's your boy.
As always, you know, godly.
Shout out to Trent in the back. What we got, man? First things first.
Trivial things that are stopping your success.
Oh, let's get it. Yeah, man. A lot of people have told me over the last couple of weeks, yo, watching your show has inspired me to do this or that. Like, word, that's what's up. This is what I did this show for. So let me know. What have you done so far? Nothing. So if that's what you're saying from watching my show and that's what you gathered, you ain't learning shit. You ain't listening to shit. You damn sure not following the lessons. Because if there's one thing this show is pushing and promoting, it's execution.
Yeah. We try to, like, bro, execution I feel like is my favorite subject, you know. And it seems pretty, like, gloomy, you know. It's like, damn, don't y'all get tired? Yes, I'm tired as fuck, bro. How you maintaining your cool, you know, your calm, your copacetic.
I feel like I'm always tired, but I have so many more ways to get to solutions now. Because all of my time is spent getting to another bag. So before, it's like, if you ain't doing shit, people come to you, yo, I need help with this. If you ain't got the money to put it up, you at least got the resources now. Or you know at least who can put them in the right direction. Or where you could go get some information at or something like that. Mm-hmm. So it's different. It's like one of the things that you can gain from trying to acquire businesses and things of that nature is you get direction. You definitely get a sense of direction. Where can I go to get this? Where can I go to make this happen? Get this paper signed. Get this, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So you get like a little geographic know-how of who to know and what to know and shit like that. But getting in your own way, I mean, the thing that I hear most people say is, oh, it's easy for you to do that shit. You ain't got no kids. But I tell them, I got a best friend.
And that nigga tired.
And he has kids. And he's doing the same shit I'm doing.
Yo, bro, even though it's just my little mans, I do feel like I got several children. You know?
You fathering all sorts of these motherfuckers out here?
I'm fathering all sorts of dickheads, bro. I might drop a hat.
Alright.
But yeah. So do you feel like that's a good enough lesson for you to learn? Like you can see clearly now? You're living vicariously?
So it's like, we had a conversation last week about me being the eldest male and it being tough and being hard. It's not hard.
We had that conversation a minute ago.
Yeah.
You just seen it pop up again.
Right.
We just promoted that, you know?
So it's like what you said, like, with business and shit like that. I feel like difficulty is what you make of it. Like if you say, like, is this test hard? This test is as hard as you make it. So these lessons tough to learn? It's really everything that you went through in order to get this information. Was all of the bullshit and the pain worth it? To me, yes. Because before I even start going somewhere, I'm always going to try to think about, is the juice worth the squeeze? Am I going to lose money doing this shit? Probably.
I always think it's worth it. And I think that may be like a pride thing. Like if I invest more than 10 minutes into something, I'm going to stick with it. You know, like I'm going to ride this till the wheels fall off. Like I have so much pride in that extent. Like if I invest in it, obviously it's worth value, you know?
Yeah.
But, you know, that's where you come in to tell me, nah, nigga, you might be wasting your time.
I'm going to be real. The only thing I felt like that, was Forex.
Wasting time? I mean, bro.
Let me tell you why. Because I've met more people whose job in Forex was bringing people into Forex than I have people that just trade Forex.
Yeah, but I mean, you could say the same thing about life insurance, right?
I do. Nah, I don't.
You can say the same thing about life insurance. I know more people trying to get others into the life insurance selling game.
Yeah, but life insurance has been around for way longer. Forex, I feel like, came around
bro
last week.
Forex showed up in 2010 and all the textbooks said it's been around for like hundreds of years. I'm like, when?
Yeah.
Because I ain't hear about that until
Speaking
these
of years
last.
and age, y'all talk about the past. Y'all talk about being past the age of your parents when they gave up on their dreams.
Yeah, I came up with that in the shower, bro. You know, I do my best work in there. I'm like, yo, you know, either it's the people we see today that we admire on TV, or like our homies from the past, or like our idols from the past. Like Big was what, 24, and we now past that age.
Big
right?
was 19.
When he passed.
Oh, when he passed, he was 24. Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm saying like all that great shit that he did, he did it in those 5 or 6 years, you know. And so even if you don't have an idol to where you're like, oh well, I'm already past his age. I said the same thing about your parents, like. Yo, they went for like certain kinds of like hopes and dreams, and then they had your dumbass, you know, and then they had to give up. So what age were they when they had you? They were like, all right, cool, let me shift my focus, you know. If you've passed that age without children, you should still feel sort of incentive or you know, drive behind you going for shit, you know, because
I mean, but then
I'm not
you
gonna
get-
say you're running out of time per se, but you should have certain check marks, you know, or checkpoints in your mind, you know, where you're like, all right, cool. I want to be doing this by this time, you know.
So you say you run out of time. Is it you run out of time or you run out of time for yourself?
I don't feel like I'm actually running out of time. I just feel like I have to put certain pressures on myself at least, you know, or else you'll never get it done. You know, it's like, oh, well, you know, people say, you know, I mean, I don't feel like people say you've got a long life to live, but they make it seem like success is inevitable. Like, I don't like those posts that say Oprah, you know, was 36 and Big was 20. I mean, Jay-Z was 26.
26
like
when he
that.
dropped Reasonable Doubt. Yeah.
To me, it's like, so you want people to think that when they get to that age is when they should start trying? You know, is that the message behind that?
I mean, I feel like there's more to those examples when people say, like, when they say Oprah was 40 when she popped off. I mean, she was in radio for a number of years before that, though. Mm-hmm. Like, they all pick. Like, Tiffany Haddish just popped, 2016 with Girls Trip. She's been in comedy since she was, like, 21 or something.
Yeah.
So it's like.
Well, I knew her before that. She was dope.
Yeah, I remember seeing her, too, on Def Con. I mean, she was.
I like her.
alright.
I like her ambition. I like how passionate she is about her job. Is she the funniest? I don't think so, because there's something about bringing chicken to the red carpet. Which, I mean, I get it. It's like, I want to live in our stereotypes too. I mean, I got fucking cornrows for God's sakes right now. But
Nah, that shit needs to stop. Chicken to the red carpet. Come on, it's
Listen.
it's
and it's
catchy
like her
it's-
signature thing, her signature little dance move. Hey, you know, to me, it's like, it's real Penny Proud. It's just real, like, it's real stereotypical.
You know what's funny? I was talking to one of my homies. Shout out to Walker, and I was
Damn, shout out to Walk.
shout out to Walk, and I was asking him. It was a picture, and it was Martin, Fresh Prince, the Parkers, and One on One. It was like
I would get rid of the Parkers.
delete one show, and he said the Parker. I was like, why? But I was like, why?
Yo,
why
we
you
had
deleting
this
the Parkers?
conversation before.
Son, he said
The
because-
same thing?
He said, I was telling people. He said because they have done nothing for the stereotypes of black women.
Yo, Mr. Ogilvy used to violate her, yo.
Violate.
And so I remember I watched it in here one time recently, and it's 2020. So after all this feminism, you know, equal rights stuff, I watched an episode of Mr. Ogilvy when he finally beat, you know.
Wait, she
But
drugged
he was
him,
drunk.
right?
He was drunk. So the next morning, bro, he
Damn.
was violating. He was like, "Don't touch me," and I'm just like, "Yo, that's fucked up," you know. But we passed that now. We into body positivity. I see like thick mannequins and shit now, like plus size
I'm here for
mannequins.
it.
I'm like, that's a little much
I'm here
because
for
now
it.
y'all making people feel like it's okay to be like that. Like you should
Alright,
still
so-
take your ass to the gym.
So talk about it. So, all right, people always say like, you know, there are big people you got to represent. That's an untapped market. I feel like.
Represent.
But listen, hear me out though.
I used
There
to be a
is a
big
such
boy.
thing.
I know you know.
you.
That. I was a little chunky.
But
My
listen,
face was full.
bro, we grow, So, but it's like at the
Sure.
same time, you know, like that market needs to be represented because they look at, like you looking for shit that you,
Lizzo's doing her thing right now. Okay.
Yeah, but where's
Lizzo's
Lizzo?
holding it down,
I mean, she's rich though.
bro. She
Out of the 5 big girls you know, how many of them got paper?
her-
Actually, to be honest, I think all of the big girls that I know got paper
Look.
because they more focused. But
Lizzo really be getting on my nerves, bro.
why?
She's like, yo, you ain't got nothing else to do. I haven't heard another single yet.
But if it
But you
was,
on Instagram every morning.
but if it was,
it's disgusting.
but if it was Ari,
Ari who?
the Who's
Lennox?
baby mother?
Ari
no,
Lennox?
the one with the fake face, the Thomas the Plane.
If it was Ari Lennox, bro.
All right, but if it was,
Thomas the Train.
yeah, that one, the yellow one, whatever.
What'd you think?
The one who's
the one that's always
dating
twerking.
Moneybagg Yo.
Yeah, her. But if it's her, like,
Oh.
are you bothered that she's twerking because it's Lizzo, or are you bothered that she's twerking because she's twerking?
I'm bothered that she's twerking because it's her advertising.
Every
method.
female in the comments is saying his ass is lying. I'm letting you know right now. Every single one.
Bro, me and you are not the same, okay? You really, you passionate about that shit. Like, you give twerk videos reviews and shit. You be like, you know what? Effort was a 7, but aesthetics was a 9. You know, I'll give you a fucking 8.
And lighting was a 10.
You know?
That's
and
my
to me, it's
yo.
like,
Go ahead.
like, bro, I really feel like there has to be more to you. Like, you seen that video of Salt Bay where that girl just started twerking? Like, and then her
His
man
restaurant?
came in.
That was-
her man came in.
That was the girl. Yeah, that was.
Yeah, so my thing is like, let's put the crazy nigga to the side for a certain point. You fly to Italy to get some bomb ass steak from like this really, really cool chef. And then to thank him, you just get up and start shaking your ass. What type of mating call is that? Like, that shit is crazy.
They're gonna set you on fire.
Yo, bro, I don't get it. I don't get it.
I mean, I don't think that you should be judged by how you celebrate. You want to throw some ass, throw some ass. I'm always up for seeing some ass shaking. Always.
What's up, nigga?
I think that
Who you
I don't
think
think
this
it's
is?
so
You
much
gotta-
that you're shaking your ass. I think it's preference, right? Because every man has
Wait,
a
we-
preference
we
of
gotta-
body type.
We have to cut.
No, I think this is pretty cool
How? All
because
right.
this is gang. This is
So,
this is
like I said, I think it's more just a preference of body type, right? You know, you're like, oh, don't encourage women to be that size. I think that some women are just meant to be big, right? Like some body types are just how they're shaped. Health is more than just the way that you look. It's
Yeah.
also how you feel. It's also what you're capable of doing. It's also about what you're putting into your body. So there's a lot more that goes into it. And again, like, I mean, even with me, like, I have my own body type that I like watching, like on men and women. And so it's like, oh, you know, like, I support my, you know, favorable body type moving this way. I'm just not in full support of your body type. Keep doing it. I'm not gonna stop you, but I also am grown enough to say, hey, this isn't what I like, but I know somebody likes it. So I'm gonna remove myself.
when dudes do it, we
And you
get
know.
roasted.
Of course.
Yeah, because when y'all do it, y'all are disrespectful. You literally
Yo, the
said you were
weekend got
disgusting.
fat. The
You just
weekend
said
got
you were
fat, and
disgusting.
yo, they turned him out on Twitter.
Nah, I was gonna say, like, I think that there's a difference though.
And I don't even think it was
when
true.
when we say, nah, it wasn't true. It was-
Yeah,
it
they
was
make like
facts.
fake videos of people getting
Nah,
fat.
this is what I'm saying. Like, it's one thing if you are big, but we have to also say what's real and like,
And
yo,
healthy.
there is unhealthiness in the world too. Like, obesity is a thing.
Like everyone
People
dies
die from that
in
shit.
the early 50s, and y'all like live your best life. You look good. You look happy. What?
I don't understand that shit. Yo, and it's funny because the Boondocks gave us the realest hot take in the world about soul food. They said Big Mama died and got her fucking foot cut off because of high blood pressure and diabetes and shit. And to celebrate that,
Y'all eating pigs.
we eating fucking pig feet. What type of bullshit is that?
That's funny.
All right, so I don't know. I just feel like you're coming for me right now because that's a delicacy where I'm from. So
Oh damn!
don't do that.
Pinch the nerve.
More than that. Don't do that. All right, let's switch it up because we're getting distracted talking about body types. Lil Baby was the top seller of 2020, but instead, the headlines came out that he was the only person to outsell Taylor Swift.
That's whack.
As if she's the fucking standard.
That's
to
whack.
what music. We're not even talking about the same genre of people here. No, obviously it's not being split by genres. Of course, it's just like top selling, you know. But that's like something that I would never put behind her, you know. Like, I don't even consider Taylor Swift when it comes to any kind of sales.
Now, I don't like Lil Baby. I respect his craft. He's not somebody that I'm actively listening for his music.
Now I am.
But well, just before, yeah. Now,
Because he's
you
doing
know,
his thing.
He's doing his thing, of course. But I don't know any Taylor Swift songs. None whatsoever.
I've never, not once in my life. Not once in my I couldn't tell you one Taylor Swift song.
You see what I'm saying? So it's like for them to kind of compare. It's like you're using her. First of all, you're dimming his light by shining some on her. That's whack. Different
She's
fields,
already
different people.
fucking bright as fuck anyway. You ain't got to blind the room out with this shit.
No, that's whack. I think that's corny as hell. And everything we do isn't to be looked at in their light. And fuck the Grammys too.
Really.
Like,
So I'm saying,
I feel like
you going to the BET Awards then?
absolutely. We complain about shit
Bro,
like the Gram.
Here's
matter
my
of fact-
thing. Our favorite artist, you talk about Jay-Z all the time, and I'm gonna have to, shit on him for this one. Like the nigga don't show up to BET Awards. None of the like.
He don't go to Grammys either though.
He did. He was always front row in all white with Beyonce, bro. That was it was like the president and his fucking
To
podium.
defend Hove, the BET Awards might be a little ghetto. They might.
Exactly. So white man trinkets. Again, we over here revering one person's, award
I just wanna say this.
while dimming our own.
I want to say this. They had to boycott the Grammys in 88 and 89 because they wasn't televising the hip hop part. And Fresh Prince and Queen Latifah and them all showed their ass in order for them to get televised. And it worked. And then, but then it's like at the same time, we have to.
Why do we wanna get
Why we
noticed?
fighting for their
Exactly.
shit and we create our own? So when you ask me, am I going to the BET Awards? That's for us.
Yeah, but I feel like we got this awakening now. Like we always didn't feel this way. Like
Nah, we didn't, but I'm glad that we have the space to have a BET Award so that we can go from shitting on it or making fun of it to accepting it fully for what it is. And BET's been on some weird shit as of lately. I feel like BET low-key dropped the ball because there's a whole generation of black content creators from YouTube to Instagram to social media, and nobody's capitalizing on that shit, especially in BET.
But see, my thing is, do you even watch BET anymore? Like, I don't have cable. Like, everyone's transitioned to the whole
No.
exactly like Fire Stick, jailbroken,
Yeah, I
shit
mean, I
like
fuck
that.
with-
So, do you watch BET?
No.
So, if we got a deal to put the show on BET, would you take it? Versus another company, because I'm not gonna say no deal at all, because of course
I'm about to tell you, if it's deal or no deal.
no deal, I'll take it. But
What's
if
the other
it's-
company?
If it's BET or YouTube.
I'm going with YouTube.
YouTube don't even sign people, do they?
I don't know how that
Like
works.
they'll just give you a plaque. But I'm trying to think of like an alternative platform to BET.
If you say MTV, I mean, it just depends on what the ultimate.
No.
Like if
not-
it's like
it don't
if
have
it's,
to be a
if it's
TV
BET
platform.
or like Nat Geo.
No, that don't make no sense. I'm saying if it's BET or like Views or like fucking
Or like
What's
if
a good-
the Breakfast Club was like, hey, we got an after dark show.
or like
it's called Chester.
iHeartRadio.
iHeart or BET.
iHeart is kind of rapey. It's like I feel like signing with iHeart is like signing a 360 deal, bro. It's like signing like with a record label.
Yeah,
They're
I heard what Joe
for
Budden said.
for a podcast platform.
I
They're
would
gonna
go to
get all
BET.
rapey on us.
I would
bro.
go to BET because it could be like what Jesus and Meryl did for Showtime and really put them on the map. Like people don't watch Showtime for
Yeah, but
niggas don't watch
Showtime
Chernobyl.
Showtime has that money, bro. They've been having bread. They're like stomping grounds with HBO. Like,
Right,
they've
but
been
what
having-
about Vice? They
That's
put
what I'm
Vice
saying.
on the
Vice is
map.
good. Showtime put Vice on the
No,
map.
Jesus and Meryl was on Vice first.
Nah, Vice been on the map, bro. Vice
What,
been on
on
the map.
Vice TV? The documentaries on YouTube, the Vice documentaries, but Vice has a channel.
Yeah, they've been had a channel on TV. But the thing is, I don't feel like Jesus and Meryl were really their anchor show.
What other shows?
They had all of Action Bronson's cooking shows on there. They had
Oh, okay.
all them like they had fire shows on Vice. They had a bunch of like weed shows and like
Oh, okay. So if you had your choice to go to any network, where would you go?
I would love Vice. Vice is
Out of
cool.
all of the platforms,
I mean, so there's different kind of platforms. But you talking
basic
like,
cable.
Basic cable. I would say Vice because they're like the freest. I feel like they allow the most creative content, and they're frugal. So I feel like they're not that big of a network yet because obviously they just came to certain TV stations. So they're saving money when it comes to like marketing and shit like that. I mean, like they're new aged. I feel like they're better they up with the times. Like we're not gonna waste money on big corporate shit. Like we got an office in Atlanta, maybe.
I got to censor y'all speech now
Yeah.
and shit. We got a Campbell's deal with stupid shit like that. Yeah, I get it. I can see Vice. I would just want to go somewhere that I don't want to say I want to go somewhere
I
that
don't do too
people's
much.
paying attention to because I feel like there's going to be more rules. Like if we was to go to MTV, that'd be lit because it's a generational show. They're doing things to keep themselves in touch.
Yeah, but I mean,
But it's probably some rules we're gonna have to follow. That I'm gonna
DC
keep
Young
looking.
Fly did TRL, and how long did that last?
Didn't that stop because of COVID?
TRL.
Yeah.
Certain shows I don't like that they don't have crowds anymore. Like the Tiny Desk concert. Like, isn't that already an intimate event? Like,
Yeah.
you can pre-book, have people tested, and then do like comedy show setting tables where you can still have an audience.
But that's going directly against everything that we need to be doing right now, which is staying home and quarantining. So it's like you can do that, and take those precautions, but
Speaking of quarantine, DC is on lockdown and their inauguration is this week.
yeah, we'll get to that in a second. Holy
I mean,
shit.
is it on lockdown because they're quarantining or because of that bullshit? I mean, it's obvious because of the bullshit, but if that Capitol raid didn't happen, do you think they'd still lock it down due to COVID? Because
Yes.
I heard Biden is trying to take us down on lockdown. So would
Yes.
he be like, yo, y'all stay home, watch me from TV?
Yes, and I say that because when I saw the ball drop in New York,
It was empty.
empty, bro. It was
Empty.
empty.
Scary.
And not only was it empty, I saw police barriers like telling people like, "Yo, y'all can't even stand here. Y'all gotta go
I see
home."
just police on the TV.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So they was actively telling people. They wasn't even like, "Look, y'all can stay here, but only at this radius." They was like, "Nah, y'all gotta get the fuck out of here now."
Crazy. Yeah, I drove through DC and they had like tankers blocking off certain exits. Like you had to keep driving. You can't take no exits through DC. It was crazy. You had to keep driving. And it's like, what's today? It was the 18th at the time. So it was like a week prior they locked down the whole city, which I get, you know.
The inauguration is tomorrow.
Is it?
No,
Yes, it is.
Really? Is today 19?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
it's tomorrow.
Yeah. You gonna watch it? We eating popcorn?
You got your shit.
You know me. Keep that thing on me.
What other trips did y'all make, over the course of the...
The last couple of weeks these trips that I've been taking have all been in search of a fucking pot of gold, man. I'm not leaving out my bed for less than 5 racks at this point, so.
Yo, bro, I've been taking trips in search of my motherfucking self. You know, I don't listen for shit.
No.
I do not listen. But yeah, I went to Louisiana recently.
Mhm.
It was dope.
Mm-hmm.
It was dope. I had a great time. You know, I think you have to change your setting every now and then.
Of course.
Kind of hit the reset button.
Sometimes we take these trips to not find like actual money, but treasures. You know what I'm saying? Peace of mind is a treasure. These things that we look for, this solace, these answers, that shit is gold.
That
man.
trip we took last November up north to like Virginia, that was a treasure. You know,
Yeah,
that was,
yeah.
you know, we remember we chefed it up.
Yeah. Dancing with Wolves up there. That shit was love.
Yeah, we went comedy show.
Yeah. Shout out to Aries Spears, man.
You remember the show?
Absolutely.
Bro,
Pussy
Man,
Flavor
I
Two-Face?
love DC, bro.
Yeah.
I love DC.
Gucci store.
I remember that debacle. Oh, the bar, you remember? We were watching the fight. Whose fight? Oh, we were watching the Ortiz fight.
Anthony Joshua.
Anthony. And what was his name?
That was
When he took the loss?
yeah, that was
That was a rough.
no, he won the second. It was the second one. He scored the second.
That was the second one?
Yeah, Garcia,
sure?
Andy Garcia. That was the rematch.
Are you sure?
I remember because we was like, yo, if he lose again, we going out. He's gonna carry us out this motherfucker.
Yo.
We almost fought them British dudes.
They were Irish. Remember?
Whatever.
Nah, bro.
Potato.
So I'm gonna tell the story. So we in this bar, we rushed in there because the fight's about to start, right? There's no seating anywhere, right? But I saw an opening, and you know he's standing over there with our significants, you know, the parties we showed up with, and I snagged this spot, you know, up against the wall because you know a nigga gotta be, you know, can't nothing be behind me. So
Gotta be Millie.
yeah, but these niggas tried to box me out like we was playing ball. Like they really tried to box me out of my spot, thinking they'd corner me, and I get uncomfortable. But I stood there. I was like, it's gonna be a long night, you know. It's gonna be a long night. And this man was like, yo, you gotta chill, you gotta relax. I was like, yo, they trying me, son. You know, I get real hostile when I start. You know, it was a fun night.
Just getting his shit. Yeah, one sip of Henny was like, I'm not fucking moving. I'm like, God damn. When you put Tim's on.
I showed up in flip flops.
Yo, he dead ass. It was just I
I
don't
left
know.
in
It's
Tim's.
Wait.
with a do rag on. But nah, I mean I understood where you was coming from, but I'm just like, bro, we got these women with us. It's just the wrong environment, my nigga. Let's just chill.
Yo, bro. Young Iron Mike be talking to me in my dreams, bro. It's like, yo, I watched this nigga cry about. Nah, bro, I feel like Mike Tyson.
This can't be going nowhere
Yo,
positive.
He lost it about like how sometimes I feel like a bitch when I'm not. I don't want to awaken the dragon that's in me. You know, sometimes I look in the mirror and see the man that I used to be, and I call myself a bitch today, and I'm like, yo, nigga, that's a different kind of monster. To cry and be to mourn the man that you used to be. Like a lot of people look at other niggas like you don't even revere who you are as a person. This nigga stood there like in tears, like, yo, I don't want to become that monster again. I'm like, yo,
That's some gladiator shit, man.
Like, and he studied, and that's why Mike Tyson was one of my idols growing up, because he studied off all the like the world's greatest warriors, you know.
Oh yeah.
And
yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
yo, in order for you to love your craft that much, you know, that you have to study everybody who you feel like was great before you, you know. And I seen him talking to one of the greats. I forgot his name.
Ali.
No, it wasn't Ali. It was on the podcast.
Damn, he had a lot of Sugar Ray.
Yeah.
Sugar Ray Leonard. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
he was talking to him, and he was in tears. He was like, "Because you're the reason I started boxing." And so it's like, how many times do we see that from like somebody who is at what we would call the peak, still revere his idols, you know, even though they're alive. He, in full tears, bro, saying thank you, you know, because I was in jail and I saw your fight. And he was like, you glided across the map, you know. It's like I like to watch other people revere others.
You probably talk about when he beat Roberto Duran ass. That's the No Mas fight, man. We talked about that the other day, but shout out to him. Yeah, I think people related to Tyson. Well, I'm gonna say myself because Tyson was just real with his shit, man. Like we before Tyson, we had Ali to look up to, and Ali was just more than a man. But Tyson was like, yo, he's going through some shit. And he's telling us like, yo, my mom's was this, my father was that. I'm this. I get bad thoughts sometimes. I want to fuck people up. And it was like, oh shit.
I feel like you take on a more Ali diplomatic, safe face approach, and I'm just here like, come on, motherfuckers. I'm more Iron Mike like.
I mean, we also got to look at it. Like,
I'm coming out in a kufi and nothing else. So black shorts and a kufi.
I think that was when Tyson was his most dangerous when he
Bro,
turned
if
Muslim.
y'all see me approach the set with a kufi on, just know like some shit's going on. Like this nigga's going through it.
Yeah, man. What else we got?
Legitimizing business.
Oh yeah. This is for everybody who was asking me as of lately. You know, how do we? I see you doing your show and your podcast. How do I get this done? How do I get my LLC done? How do I legitimize my business? And the answer is really, you legitimize your business the best way you can, and it's really just paperwork and promotion. It's really just those two things. You got to get your LLC, get what you need
we're LLC
trademark.
Twitter again?
Yeah, we LLC Twitter one more time. But it's all right, though, because LLC Twitter, people, they get shitted on a lot, but they have the best intentions, and they're actually showing people how to make moves.
Yo, bro, I swear to God, like, it's kind of draining, bro. Like, to listen to a bunch of people who trying to figure it out from each other spew bullshit, you know? Oh, well, in order to make it, you've got to, here are my top 3, here are my top 10, here are the 3 mistakes you've got to avoid as a, bro.
Yeah, but see, LLC Twitter, like, they get a bad rap because, once again, Drake is LLC Twitter.
Bro, I did every one of these things, bro. Like, Forex, get your LLC.
But they got you
yeah, I'm a
doing
real
something,
estate
though. You see
guy.
what I'm saying? Like, they not just here making people laugh. Like, they trying to get you out actually doing something. And it's like, at least if you listen to LLC Twitter and what they told you to do, you didn't follow, you at least have that in your head now. Like, all right, that didn't work, but this might. So
I
at
mean,
the end of the
shit.
day, their job is done. Like, they got you off your ass and trying to make some more money. Yeah, they told you some bullshit.
Yeah, but Twitter wasn't even like this back when when I bought my first house. Like,
But what was anything? Was Facebook like this when you first started it? No. Was Instagram?
I wish,
No.
yeah, but that's my thing. I wish we'd have got ahead the power curve. Of course, everyone does, but like, yo,
Wait.
this shit is so toxic now.
So like unrelated to like legitimizing business and stuff like that, but just because y'all are talking about Twitter, it reminded me of this thing that I just saw. But this lesbian couple pretty much moved to Bali before the pandemic happened, just because they were like,
This is where I want to get stuck.
wait, listen, they were burning through cash in Cali. And so she like got all her savings together, and her wife were like, well, we'll just go to Bali for a few months, you know, and just, you know, live it up there, have a vacation. Then it turned into, well, the pandemic happened, so they couldn't leave. So then that
come
turned,
back?
Yeah, so they couldn't come back. They were like, you know, stuck in a standstill. So then that turned into them never leaving. And she was like, okay, well now we're gonna live here now. And I mean, she even wrote a book on how you can do it too. And she talked about like how there's black in Bali, like there's a community of black people in Bali, like
That
like
live there?
Yeah, that's like a family. And she explained how she got a job, how she lives in a tree house, but it only costs her $400 a month. She's a graphic designer, so her job is lucrative. You know, she can take that anywhere.
it's
She's
mobile.
mobile, exactly. And then, you know, she went on to explain how she's getting deported because
That's crazy.
because Bali was like Bali
You
gave.
talking too much. First of all,
Yeah, that's exactly.
you gonna bring all these
You're,
niggas over
you're
here?
a woman? Hold up. Yeah. What the
You're a
fuck?
lesbian, like you're a woman, but actually Bali's really, really, like queer, queer positive. They're queer positive. But nevertheless,
Just
it was
like
like
a woman that's working and you're not giving it to your husband? Bitch, get out of here.
not only that, the woman that's working
That's
and
crazy.
you just wrote a how-to book for other people to also come into Bali and be like this. No, thank you. You gotta go to jail.
That's crazy.
Jail?
Prison. Yes, they are looking for her.
No
There's a
way.
warrant for her. Yes, there's a
Deported
warrant
is,
on
deported
Twitter.
is one thing. Jail, my nigga?
Bro, jail in Asian countries, they give you like lickings, like something. Like you gotta get 100
Public
of these.
fuck.
I swear to God.
Do that?
Go get a switch, you know? You gotta cook your own food. That's insane.
Yeah.
They give you 1 cup of rice and you gotta cook it yourself. And
No,
it's-
and this fact,
it's
I don't
nothing
want
hot
to.
around
Yeah.
here.
I don't want our 3 followers in Asia to be talking shit about us.
Yo, bro. Damn, shout out to Udit.
Yeah, shout out to it.
Man, I like the Asian girl in New York who's like, this is my real voice.
That's
How you feel about her?
I love her.
Bro, I always think it's
I want
funny
her.
at first. Nah, I always think it's funny at first, but it's kind of like assimilation. Like it's
That's
kind
what
of
she
like.
said. She said, I'm a product of my environment. You mean this is my real voice. I
Bro,
was like,
she's
I love
from
it.
the
I love your
hood.
real
Like,
voice.
she
That's
from,
what she said. She
she
said,
from
the
your side of
project.
She
town,
is
bro.
from
You
my
Brooklyn niggas, man. Y'all as a
China man?
I've been wanting to say you Brooklyn niggas for a long time.
Okay.
It's just been itching in me lately.
I got
So go ahead. China Mac. Yeah, but it's more natural with China Mac. I
Yeah.
feel like he
I agree. I agree.
bro, the nigga went to Rikers, bro. He had a chipped tooth for like forever. He deserved a New York
Shout out to
accent.
China Mac.
Yo, most of them niggas in the Chinese spot be having accents too. He's like, yo, you wanna what you want on it?
God damn. It ain't wrong,
Yo,
nigga.
nigga,
Like,
I was in Louisiana and this Asian lady I'm trying to get backwards. And she's like, we don't got that baby. I'm like, what? I was like, and she was kind of thick. She was kind of like, you know, she had the elbow. She had the she
mac and
had the
cheese elbow?
Ooh, nigga. I was like, what is going on?
that's fire. Did you get beignets?
Nah,
We got drive-through daiquiris.
I was trying to find boudin, but we couldn't find it anywhere, apparently. I don't even know what it is, but apparently it's like a delicacy. But yeah, bro, I was lit. I was lit. It shouldn't be legal for you to just buy frozen drinks, all types of like crazy ass drinks, and drive with it in the whip.
Yeah, that's absurd. Are we done off of LLC Twitter?
Yeah, bro. Leave them alone.
Okay. I fuck with them. Once again, to wrap this up, LLC Twitter, shout out to y'all because y'all actually getting motherfuckers off their ass. And I just out trying to make memes and sell pictures of Goku fucking high five.
You getting made fun of by Busset Challenge Twitter. So I mean, look who you up against. It's cool. Do your thing.
Shout out to Busted Challenge Twitter. By the way, that Cash App thing is still going on for anybody.
Cash App thing? You cash apping for the
Absolutely.
best Busted Challenge?
Any
Bro,
Busted
this is why
Challenge.
we're not allowed to go out together. This is why people don't let us do things together.
Next topic, please.
Kevin Samuels.
Kevin Samuels.
Bro, I heard he's not about it. That he don't have no business accolades. He's really not as credible as he may seem. Now, for somebody who's a consultant, do you feel like... All right, so technically, we're not those guys either, right? Because in order for... Well, you can only take advice from somebody who's made it. Do you feel that's true?
Made it is up to your own.
Made
I'm
it
just telling
is-
you how to. I'm not telling you how to get rich off vending machines or ATM machines or a fucking snow cone or a photo booth. I'm just telling you how to get started. So you could take that for what it is. I know where you could get the shit. I know how you can start it up. I know where you can get the products to put inside of it. As far as how to get a Lambo off this shit, I'm not there yet.
So that was that guy's whole thing. He was like, Kevin Samuels doesn't have any credible business ventures that he can take to now say that he's giving business advice to our youth. That was his
I
thing.
agree.
He was like,
I'ma tell
don't
you why.
confuse the youth, blah, blah, blah. You're just a consultant.
I'm gonna tell you why I agree.
Stay in your lane. Why do
Because
you agree?
you said as in a consultant, if you have no business accolades to say I've made it, and you can give me advice, you can give me advice up to a certain point. Because you can guide me up this mountain up until this part. You've never been to the top, but up until here, I'm not gonna have no use for you because you don't know you don't know what it is to get from this spot to where you always been at, where you always get stuck at, to get to that over that hump. So up until this point, I have all the use in the world for you. But once we neck and neck, you gotta go.
I don't know. You ever seen the movie The King on Netflix?
Oh, that
With
was a
Chadwick
good movie.
Boseman?
Nah, it was with this. It was this little French white dude. It was like one of them like 16th century movies, and it
Okay.
was like this little boy who's like a
It's
little
like 16.
yeah, dotting around Prince, and then his dad dies, and it's like, oh, this is yours for real. But it showed like the seriousness of like taking over a kingdom as big as France back then, and he went from like fucking around like eating food all day to like really going to war and making like decisions on like the queen and shit like that. It's really good, bro. You should
It's
watch
a
it.
movie or a series?
It's a movie.
It's a movie,
Okay.
but bro, I promise you, please watch it because it's like it really shows like I guess shit you said last week, like the transition of power from the older to you, like and it shows like the sometimes the ill preparedness or how rough it may be on people.
Heavy as
Right.
the head, man.
But the point that I was making wasn't anything to do with the fact that, he didn't know where he was. So the king's best friend was a warrior, but he had never been a king. He had never led anybody. He was never a general. He was just someone who fought in many battles.
Just a man.
But yet the king was able to take advice from him, and he was like, yo, how do I, get these people to glory? And he said, take off all your armor and fight light. And he was like, how? They're gonna destroy us. He said, it's gonna rain. He was like, so they're gonna be weighed down by their horses and all their armor, but y'all are gonna be light on your feet. You'll be able to slay them faster. And he's like, oh, am I supposed to take your word? How many battles have you been in? He goes, how do you know? How do you know it's gonna rain tomorrow? And he said, oh, because my knee hurts. He's like, my knee always hurts the day before it rains. But he took the advice of his friend, and that's literally how he saved France.
I mean, if you've been in multiple battles and you say some dumb shit like that, I'm gonna believe you. Especially back then when they believed in witchcraft and shit. I'm believing you.
But the point is that he was a man who had never led anybody, but the king let him lead him to glory. So I mean, to
That's
an
smart.
extent, it's like, okay, I've never been there, but I got the wherewithal to take us there. So let me do my thing.
So with that being said, because that guy would be technically, we would consider him somebody who has made it. Can we say the same thing about Kevin Samuels? Because even with right now, he's not famous for none of this business shit. He's famous for roasting motherfuckers online. So that's not even what he's known for right now. He's known for being the older dude.
I don't know. I mean, I saw this. It might have been like a tangent, like somebody just, nitpicking him because he might have did a video giving some business advice. But bro, I feel like you can never go wrong, and you can remain the boss in everything you do, even by delegating. Like, yo, I'm not the most knowledgeable in this, but I know somebody who is. You're still just as powerful, rather than giving false information on something. And I'm not saying he really don't know what he's talking about.
But see, you didn't align yourself when you went to go work for Dave. You didn't align yourself with people who work at a corner store. You set yourself up with a millionaire. You did that for a reason. You could have got a mentor being any of these guys around here. So anybody who owns a fucking car dealership or some shit like that. You went to the top because you want advice from somebody who is at this level, not this level. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So there has to be some truth to that shit.
Yeah, I mean, I believe him. I think he knows what he's talking about for the most part.
That relationship.
Because, but even if, so here's my thing, a consultant is still a businessman, right? Because before you start talking about whatever they're paying you to talk about, you have to conduct that business with them, right?
But are you going to hire him if you don't have anything to base his word off? Like, what is your word? How are you going to tell? How do I know that your
I'm not.
advice is valid?
I'm not hiring him for business.
You said you believe in him.
I believe in him as a person.
Nah, that's not good enough. But we have the time, man.
45.
It's solid so far.
Y'all have what it's like gambling in business and the losses y'all have taken.
Bro, I'm going to start robbing banks.
No, don't
I'ma
say
start-
that. Don't care.
Look, at this point, like, this the part of the movie where it's like, my friends are coming at any point now, It's like, when you think, it's like when the white people trip in the movies, it's like, all right,
Everybody just do this.
come on,
All right.
we're not gonna get past this. But, I mean, we take losses, right? Damn near at a weekly basis.
Everything we've talked about so far has been
Has
an
been a
L.
no.
Has been an L after L after L.
Everything.
Not everything, but most of this shit. I feel like it's easy come, easy go. Hey, you should try to do this. All right, fuck it. Duh. All right, that's cool. But it's like, if I was sitting at home and it's like you missed 100% of the shots you never take. You only need to make that one basket.
So keep shooting.
Of course, why not?
So
What else we got but
don't
time?
ever stop shooting your shot. Is that what you're saying?
Never stop shooting your shot. And more importantly, shoot for the moon.
We talking about with business, right? Because at a certain point, that's harassment, and you gotta stop shooting your shot.
Nah, we're not talking about women. That's
No, I mean in general, like you can
Nah,
you can
business-
harass businesses. You know, like
I
they
feel
have
like-
signs outside that be like no solicitation. You know,
nah, fuck
how
that.
far is too far?
Fuck that.
Nah, in business, I feel like you can never go
That's
far
what I'm saying.
enough.
What you gonna
But-
say, yo? I'm too serious about my business that I believe in. Nah,
Bro, here's my thing, right? We started off trying to like teach people how to do what my vision is like. I'm gonna acquire this laundromat and then show people how to like finesse conversation into contracts that could get them a business that they've never, worked in before. Like simple shit. But I think the lesson really came more from me thinking that's how shit was gonna go, and then
Did not.
it didn't. And I'm like, all right, cool. I still got to put on a fucking decent enough smile for these people to fuck with us,
Okay, so all right, so this was laundromat. And it was it was a clear, empty, clean tunnel right to it.
Right to
And
it.
you tried to get to that shit, and somebody put the light on it. It was snakes and fucking dinghy traps and landmines and Jason and all types of crazy shit. Are you still gonna go through that hallway?
I mean, I fucking ran, like, bro, I started running before they turned the light on. So it was like, oh, fuck,
So you got it exactly. So you got to
And
keep
I kept
going.
but,
But if it's like
I'ma
it's a
keep-
gamble, but that's what I'm saying. If it's a gamble, I feel it's like, yo, we have to keep going. Me especially, you especially, because I've heard no's now.
Yeah.
Like it's like if you get into a fight with a motherfucker and you get hit. Like now I gotta finish this fight because we both swing already.
Yeah, but bro, I feel like 9 to 5 is like you gamble like 10% of your net worth, right? But to me, it's much larger, because you're gambling your time and
Your life.
right? But bro, I'm all in on everything, bro. It's like on a weekly basis. We're like, yeah, I'm putting all my chips in. Yeah, I'm putting all my chips in. Like with the show or whatever it is that we, trying to go for that week, and people looking at me like, yo, are you insane?
They're gonna be saying that shit until you pop, and then there's gonna be nothing motherfuckers gonna say.
You're the only person able to like function in chaos.
Bro, it's like what we said a couple weeks ago. It's like when people always got a bunch of advice because they want you to take it. It's like, oh, well, if you win, oh my God, I told you, bro, I told you to do this. Didn't I tell you? I put you onto the website. I put you onto the dude. I put you onto the plate. But when you lose, it's just you by yourself. You take that L by yourself. But so it's like it's not the same. Like it's really not
bro.
the same, my nigga.
Sometimes I seen you share some shit that said, I hate when people say money isn't everything, because fuck that it is, right? But I agree, because money,
That's
bro,
bullshit.
I feel like, yeah, it is bullshit. And at this point, even though we've deserved, or of course you're going to feel like you deserve what you want in life, but like, I feel like even after we proverbially pop, right, it's not going to be what I thought it was. Because at this point, I feel like what we've seen, like the veil, now that it's been pulled, I'm like, yo, you'll never be able to give back what I thought this was going to attain for me. Like, yeah, we got it now, but it's like, what
Alright,
I saw, you
right?
know?
Okay, so let's say you get your laundromat right now. The biggest problem of your former life is now over. Now your new life is going to be how can I keep this and maintain my sanity? Because now you want all of the things that's coming with you now having all of this disposable income. Now you want to relax. That's the biggest thing. Once everybody get that big plate, they want to relax. I just want to chill. I want to travel.
But my thing is, when people take big losses, they just want to relax too. So it's like, fuck, it's like we just expending energy.
Not a winner. Not a fucking go-getter. A go-getter take a big L. What he gonna say? Pick up the pieces.
You know what I wrote on my my whiteboard, and I think this fits perfectly right now. I was like, when you get to the finish line and you look back, you'll see the toll that it took on your body. So it relates whether you win or lose. It's like you got to the finish line, and it's like you worked to get here. So I feel like that kind of goes in line with the whole, money isn't everything, because if you do get it and you get to the finish line and you look back and it's like, damn, I lost 50 pounds from stress. Like,
I don't think it's I think it's a matter of when, son.
Yeah, everybody says that shit, bro.
Because it's son. All right, it's too many examples around us. We use business, we use entertainment, we use all types of shit, sports. We use everything around us. Mahershala Ali was 42, I think, when he won his first Oscar. He's been acting since he was like 24, bro. That's 20 years. That's a retirement age for somebody. And he just got put on.
Yeah, well, nigga, I go all in every night. So it's like, do you think you can do this for 20 years?
So if you stop right now and decide to work at fucking Wawa, you gonna be satisfied?
I'm not doing it.
Exactly. So there's nothing to do but keep trucking.
But I mean, to see like older black men, you know, between me and my father's age, still go out and grind every day, and it's like, oh well, what do you do? Oh, you know, I kind of consult and, you know, dress up nice and sit here. It's like, are we missing something here? Is there something they're not telling us? Like, do you feel like you get that like look of like, don't worry, these niggas gonna learn from these old heads?
Bro, it's like we spend enough time talking about things that we can do, right? And we trying to get to plates. Occasionally I do the Amazon Prime delivery shit, right? Or the shopping thing with Walmart, right? Occasionally to see if I could, what I can scrape together. It's fine, it's cool, it's something to do, you know, quick little $100 or whatever, right? That's cool. But it's like I don't know where this next bag is gonna come from, but I know it's out there. And it's like if I'm doing that, I'm like, all right, this is not what I could be probably doing something else, but I'm doing this. Make a quick little couple dollars. Or I could be doing this. Now I'm doing this. But if I'm out somewhere, like let's say I spent my weekend and I went to like fucking Vegas to party, that's wasting time. That's what I need not to be doing. If I'm spending all my weekend to make $50 fucking dollars, that's cool. If I'm going somewhere and spending 100, that's a waste of fucking time, my nigga.
Yo, I remember one time somebody tried to talk me into getting a section at a club, and I don't even go to the club. And they're like, yeah, it's only like $250. That's a steal. And I'm like, nigga, what?
What?
I wasn't planning on going here at all.
Nah. What else we got? That's it?
That was everything.
Damn, bro. That's
Okay,
your first
good.
time.
What's the time?
50.
We there. Let's bring it on home.
Let's do this,
Should we
man.
sing a Negro spiritual? So we can...
Which one do you like?
Yo, bro, this gospel lady brought me to tears the other day. She had pipes, bro.
Word.
It was scary.
Give me the link.
I was like, Jesus on the way. You must be.
We wrap this up, man. Yo, it's been another episode of Chess Moves. Appreciate y'all for coming out, man. Really enjoying this, man. It's your boy. We got my mans.
This episode was brought to you by, who do we say? Who you feel inspired you this week?
It's us.
Damn. This episode was brought to you by us. As hard as it may seem.
Let's take it out, man.
Tuesdays. My favorite day of the week. I appreciate you, King.